Hey guys, so I'm gonna show you today really an experiment. I'm making my first quilt and I had some extra pieces and I thought it would be cool to try to make a dog coat out of like a quilted patchwork pattern. So I figured I would bring you guys along with me and see if we can make this work. I have my squares and I've laid them out in a way that it makes the shape of the coat. If you don't know your dog's measurements, you're gonna have to measure your dog or your cat for this. So basically we need this rectangular shape for the body, and then we're gonna have these two arms sticking out to come around the neck. And then for the belly strap, I'm just gonna use the waistband from one of the pairs of pants that I cut up for this fabric. Okay, so let's get started.
The total length from top to bottom should be your length plus half of your neck measurement at this point. I've already cut my patchwork into 5-inch squares, so I lay this out in a general pattern and see how it's going to look. Once I'm happy with my layout, I take these pieces by column over to my sewing machine. I'm sewing this piece by column first, so you'll see that I have 3 columns, the middle one being shorter than the outer 2. I'm going to sew the right sides of my patchwork by column together in a chain method. This shouldn't be too tricky as we only have about 11 pieces. So I sew the first 4 together, then the second 3, then the final 4. I cut my threads and then I lay my pieces back out into the same pattern to visualize my piece. My next step is to sew my 3 columns together. So I place columns 1 and 2 right side together, and I sew from the bottom, making sure that my middle column is aligned to the bottom of my right column. And then I do the same thing with my final column. Just making sure that I take my time, as now I have a bigger piece to work with. Then I just give it a once over, make sure everything's looking good, and we're ready to move on. It's important to press your patchwork really nicely so that your lining fabric is going to lay flat. So I press from the inside and I lay my seams down in the way that I've sewn them. This also gives us a nice crisp visual of how our piece is looking. Now your patchwork top piece is complete. In my opinion, this is the trickiest part, so good job.